Now, one more review from the old DWRG regarding Creature from the Pit. Andrew Wixon's The Shell Game from the 29th of the 3rd 02. As Oscar Wilde said, there's one thing worse than being talked about, and that's not being talked about. And so it is of The Creature from the Pit, which seems to be one of the most overlooked and, on this side at least reviewed TV stories, and I can't for the life of me think why this should be. It's not a classic or even an especially great story, but there's no reason to dismiss it out of hand. Well, I can think of a few reasons, of course. There's the rather underwhelming realization of Verato, but hey, if we're going to start knocking a Doctor Who story for having ropey effects, from the series' finest hour, by some considerable way, is the McGann telemovie with the Pertwee logo, right? And Scaroff's mask isn't too great either. The frankly wobbly science of Erato's metabolism and Chloris's geology, but hey, the natural history in the previous story is very iffy too, and of course some very broad, almost embarrassingly so, comedy from the Jewish outlaws. Tom Chadbon's performance as Duggan is of course a masterclass of deadpan comic timing. Okay, enough of the City of Death comparisons already. My point is that if you come to Creature from the Pit with an open mind, you will find much to entertain you. The high production values of the filmed sequences, Jeffrey Venables in a typically witty and engaging David Fisher script, who, let us not forget, co-wrote a certain Paris-based story. But even so, why does it have such a poor rep? I suspect because it's a story of lots of little unconnected ideas rather than one or two big ones. There's the metal-free planet, the matriarchal society, the vegetable pit bulls, the big green tactile communicating brain, the neutron star weapon, but all tied together by a logical, coherent, and never confusing story. I have a very soft spot for this, an underrated story from an underrated season.